Greetings! Today I have a tutorial plan. I wanted to cover rooms today because I've seen that suggested a lot. So straight up, this is just going to be quick and easy. I'll show you how to add a new room. I will figure out how to change the room order, and I will then show you how to actually add objects to the room properly. This is intended for Undertale specifically. Deltarune is different, and I do not know Deltarune. I'm not a Deltarune modder. But just adding a room is simple. It's just right clicking on rooms and then clicking add. And then here, you can just name the room whatever you want. Room Mingus. To the end? No. Let's see here, general info. Once you've added your room, if you accidentally hit no like me, you should just hit sync with room list. You would think that you'd be able to drag these around, but actually they're static, so you can't change them. But that is alright. Instead, we're going to go into the room and we're going to change the... Let's just get another generic room. Open this in a new tab for reference. So we're trying to copy the view piece for piece. So we're just gonna literally copy and paste. It's slightly annoying, but it's like, whatever. Mostly because, what do you call it? Like, this is just setting up the proper camera size. There we go, that's it. And then, now that these are the same, we can actually start adding things to this room. Usually I just like, yeah, you just have to change one number to actually make this visible. Oh yeah, for this view. We were supposed to make it follow main Cura. So you go into game objects and you click main Cura and you drag it over to follow this object. So this will actually make follow our frisk. And now what we need to do is we can close this out because we don't need it right now. But we do need the overworld controller right here. This thing is invisible, but it's just for menus and stuff. Alright, and then we need the... Oh yeah, I made a tile sheet just for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into scripts, resource importers, and we're going to find import graphics at CSX. So click on that. It'll give you this little informational tip. I've already named my folder background, so I just need to go into it. Documents. I'm pretty sure it's importing folder, background, select folder. And now we have our new tile sheet. And I put the... I just named my tile sheet demo. Here we go. Background, demo, tiles. For this specifically, you have to make a new tile and it'll be an invisible tile, but then we add the definition of view. Now for the depth, how Undertale calculates depth is really weird and annoying, so we just have to make this 1 million. It's 1,000. Alright, let's see here. 100,000. Alright, million. Cool. Now it's at 1 million depth. This is for an important reason. We need to actually give it a definition. By default, it's going to be top left. Oh wait, hold up. Right, we need to make this, our tiles like 6 or 20 by 20 by default. So it'll be grid width is 20 by 20. Cool. And then we'll click back on our tiles here. There we go. Now it's our 20 by 20. Move this out of the way. This is our... Oh, okay, now that I clicked on and off, it works. Alright, cool. Random error. You gotta click on and off these tiles to make them work. Why is this the case? Jank. That's why. So we can actually just remove this banana because you don't need it. But now that we have our tile, we will now draw our room. I've been planning to connect this to just the fly room for ease of demonstration. So let's see here. We'll just put our frisk over here for now so they're out of the way. And we can actually draw. You can kind of think of it like drawing. But I need this the wall tile specifically, so we'll just like change this into our floor tile. Ta-da. I usually just copy paste this, but I'm pretty sure I think it's alt click. Yeah, alt click allows you to paint with them, kind of like you can in modern Game Maker. Which is just really convenient. There we go. It's just like a simple showcase room. I should probably clear these out because, or here, change them to this because I wanted this to be the wall. Then again, the wall is a bit too high. Alright, double alright. We'll change this to that. Alright. And now we can, what's it called? Copy, and then we can alt click you, then alt click for you, alt hold and drag. One more click, change it to this. And now we go for our wall. Or what's it called? Actually, we need to do this wall over here. So you can hold down Alt and grab multiple tiles. Do you want to... rather just this. For this over here, you can do this. Which is convenient. And now we can even go ahead and expand it like this if we wanted to. Then paste this over top. Nah, I'd say just do it like this is the best for now. And then we have our like little sub-ceiling tiles, which are these things. We have you here. And then for this, we have our little corner pieces. And paste again. That, and now we just alt click and hold across, paste, use this one, paste again. Then we go for our left wall tiles, paste again, use this one, paste, click, and then alt click. And finally, one more paste into you. Now finish that side, we can use this side here, do it again, here while clicking, or we can even have it already set down, then click on this one, then just paste up here. And we'll click on that one, change it here, and we will put down another one there. Now you have the basics of the room set up. You just put your frisk wherever you want them to spawn. But now let's see here. Now we need to actually put the objects in the room. Like, let's see here. What do we want? We need a solid. Solids are just the walls. I use object solid small because it's convenient. Alright. And then you can, yeah, if you grab it right by the edge, you can expand it. So that covers all the walls without you having to, like, be super precise about it. Okay, you can use your middle click and drag to move around the room. And then, alright. You know, if it's not working out, you can just type, this is your vertical or horizontal scale, this is your vertical scale. We just set the scale to 2, click off of it, ta-da, it works. Then you can just do this. Alright, now that we have this, we can drag, click down, grab our edge, make it not so wide or tall. And then we repeat again for these top walls here. There are other OBJ solids that you can use, but it's like, you really don't need to use them. Unless it's like you have an intentional corner piece. Like, I'm pretty sure it is solid. If you just drag and drop. These need to be flush against the wall, because if they're not, you can end up having frisk get stuck on them. Pretty sure there would be one like soul. And I'm assuming soul would be the opposite side. Yep. I'm pretty sure room area 1 should have all of them. If you look back in rooms. Here we go, room area 1. Yeah, here we go. There's SDL and STR. Pretty sure we can copy and then paste them across the rooms. Let me see. Yeah, you can. There's also SDR. Yeah, if you have your little corn pieces, they need to be against a flat wall, because you can't have corner pieces going into corner pieces, because this would just break stuff. Oh yeah, we also need our doors. The doors are what allows us to travel in between rooms. So for our example, we'll use door. Here we go, door C, music fade. And door X, music fade. Because we can also get this room custom music. We also need the relative markers. Marker C for door C, and marker X for door X. This is where frisk will spawn. They'll spawn like right on top of it. It's about here and about here. But if we have like a save point, frisk will spawn wherever they are put inside the room. But what else can we add to the room? Yeah, we can add like just an NPC. can add NPCs, or you can even add custom ones to the room. We can even get this one custom dialogue based on if it's in the room or not. So if we go into its object, new tab, its dialogue is defined inside of its alarm code. So if we are in, if room is room Bingus, we can do global message is equal to demo room, or like 2 spaces, like stinky room, then backslash, and then alright, short explanation on dialogue. This means a pause break, this is a new line break, and this will make sure that when you hit enter or enter or Z, it will end the dialogue. If you want multiple dialogue, you instead use this, just a single slash, and you'll have a second global message after it. Then once you click up here, it'll be reformatted a bit as it would be written in-game. But it's just convenient to know how dialogue works. Alright, now that we have everything here, we need to do one thing, which is invalidate the dog check, unfortunately. So we're going to open up the dog check inside of our scripts. Alright. Or is it dog check old? Yeah, no, we're looking for dog check old. We'll just add it to both of them because why not? You can never be too safe. Room. Bingus. And you also added to dog check proper just in case. I feel like this would be the old one, right? Because I know there's rooms past room ice cave. We can actually find the room order if we go into general order, general info, room order list. Where would ice cave would be? This ice cave is like close to the end. Yeah, no, that would probably be a very simple change to just have it be past room ice cave. In which case, here's what we can do. If it's just this one, technically what we could do to completely gut this is just highlight everything and then hit backspace, because then we don't have to deal with anything. This will mean that the game will unfortunately have to crash if it comes into the scenario where you are trying to load an invalid room ID, but also you should probably just be avoiding that in general. And it would be impossible outside of normal gameplay situations, which mean you have to edit the save file. Now that we are allowed to spawn in this room without us taking us to the dog check, we need to actually get there. Sure, Dorsey here. Open in a new tab. Okay, no, Dorsey is a room go to next. Actually have to to gut this. Delete. Also delete the C marker. We need a different door. Door. Here, door T. Door T is one of those. Oh. Doing a music fade. Choices. You know what we can do? We could just make a new object. Here, like door T, load a new tab. What's the difference between a door X and door T? It's here. And if we look inside a door T, I'm assuming the other 19 just doesn't have that. That makes sense. I mean, it's slightly edited so it has if room is Sans house, but we could also do is change it to an or if room is equal to room underscore Mingus. Or here, just take if room is Bingus in general. So it makes sense to just put in its own if statement. If room Bingus instance create. Cool. So now that'll work just fine. So we can have door T in here. Not have to worry about our area music staying. Door. Dot dot dot. Right, we need the marker. Marker T. But now you need to actually edit it so we can get in here. So we will be editing another room, which is one of the base game rooms. Alright, we'll just edit room area 1. So what we're going to do is we're just going to replace door A with a door trying to find it. It's blending in. Here, we'll take a door. Yeah, we'll take a door T. Delete the door A. We just don't need the marker B, but we can actually no, we should leave it here just because it can be used later. Potentially. I don't really know or care. Because it's like not that big of a deal if it's there. Marker T. Get that out of my face. Now what I have to do is we'll go into door T. Right, we already left it open over here. And then we're in here, you can just go in towards alarm. And now we can edit it so that we'll make sure that the two rooms are connected. If room is room area underscore 1, or is it 0? yeah, room area 1, we'll go to room go to room Bingus. Then we will just repeat again for the opposite scenario. Room Bingus area 1. That's bigness. Make sure you're spelling these things correctly. It's important. Should the T door? Yeah, T door's at the bottom. The music fade X door is on the right. So yeah, now that we have our door T defined, we now need to define our X door. So you can just go in here, open it in a tab. It's alarm 2. And we can repeat again. From this room Bingus, go to room area 1_1, or is it 2? Room area 1, 2. And we will repeat again for the opposite scenario. You go to Bingus. New Bingus as usual, I see. Oh yeah, quick explanation of room doors and markers. Doors, what they do is they take you to other rooms. Markers are saying when you load into this room and you have this certain global entrance, teleport to here. Like if I put the marker over here and first came through this door, they would start over here. But we just put it in front of the doors, mostly for a good transition. There might be times where it's like, oh yeah, I want to put it further ahead, or I want to put it off to the side, or it's like I have a reason for putting it right here. But it'll always work no matter where you put it, assuming that you have the right global entrance set. Now what we need to do is go to area 1, 2. And replace these B doors. Delete. 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 Actually, just use this as a door. We could just drag and drop the definition in here, then make this long. And then replace this with the marker X. So now first we'll spawn on top of it, but and now that we've done that, we're pretty much done except for wanting to add a like music shit. So now we need to go back into our previous room Bingus. We just make our new object, we'll call it wj_Bingus music. We're gonna just kind of copy this beat for beat. So we need our music parent, music object parent. I will give this a sprite just so that we can like see it inside of the room. Now for create, you can just kind of, we can really just kind of copy and paste this code. But I will change the runes music to something else. Like if we go to scripts, resource importers, import single sound. I have some music in my folder here. Give me this one. Sound appears to be an ODG. Alright. Click no if you want to like have a file package of the game. You can click yes to just embed it into the game. Personally, I'm gonna embed it for I'm gonna press this down and load. Remember you load CPU. Sure. Cool. Doesn't really matter. Now we have this in here. Now the caster system is really annoying, but it's all pretty much held in muse index. Get muse index, open a new tab. It's pretty much just if it's this, the sound index is this, we can just kind of I'll lazily copy and paste it here. Insert. Just Chris underscore piano underscore answer underscore walt. It could match up, it doesn't have to. Most people do make it match up for like, you know, consistency, but it's like it doesn't have to as long as you're able to remember. Maybe like take down some notes. So if we go back into here, we just type in Lancer. Lancer was what I just typed in, right? See, this is why you write it down, because if you're like me, you forget that you typed in Lancer. Alright. And then once you have that done, close this out. Wait, this isn't inside the ruins music. Whoop. Oops. Where did I just put the other music object? I know we just had it. Unspark sign scripts. Yeah, here it is. Bingus music. Bingus create. Pop it in here. And I will repair this because I accidentally wrote over it. Make sure you're not writing over the wrong object, friends. Alright, we'll take our Bingus music, drag it, and drop it in here. I'm trying to move it around, but it's good enough. So now Bingus music should play when we get in. So if we save to where we hold our mods, Undertale mod, win, yes. Now if we test it, I'm pretty sure it should work. I did not set up a save file beforehand, but that's alright. Point is, was just getting it off the ground. So now, if we go ahead and walk through this door, it should take us to... See here, I accidentally placed the entrance too close. Alright, here, this is the part where you have to like debug it. A little bit too close. So you got a little bit further. And then we'll have to save and try again. Should be working more properly. So once you go through this door, you're in. Also, because I didn't actually set the text for this, whoops, I forgot it's gonna be like that. But yeah, if we walk through this right now, I also put the entrance too close there, but that's not the point. The point is, it works. Right. Never ruined. And now you know how to add rooms to your Undertale. but we'll also clean it up because I do plan to I plan to drop it like it's hot. No. Here. Pretty sure it's this script. Here we got positive room is room underscore bingus. Return 1. Else return 0. There we go. Slightly cleaning up the code. Here we go. Inside this 2 point, open it up. Let's hear. The global misc is 15, so we're going to go into square text. Square underscore text. Do you know how like there's that famous thing where it's like all of Undertale's text is held in one big file? It's this. It's not really one big file. It's a little bit deceptive if you call it like that. But it isn't here. If we just go if room is bingus, global message is bingaling, bingaling-a-ling-a-ling. Cool. I forgot to actually, I didn't set the text beforehand. Then I will also change the 2 rooms just in case. Then save this. And finally, now that we're done with everything, it should work as I intended it to. Alright. Now that we've done all our fixes and we've double checked the references, we now have everything we should need to get it working properly. Oh yeah, I also didn't even test the corners. I've completely forgotten that feature. See, the corner pieces only work like kinda. Also, we have a fucking demo room, like stinky room. How can you say that? Feelings. Betrayal. Never say cool. Now it works. Leave. Re-enter. It's still working. Go through here. I didn't move it up high enough. That's fine. But yeah. See you later. This is how it works right now. If there's any more questions, I don't know, leave them in the comments. I might make a follow-up video. There's a few questions, but anyway, that's all. I'm gonna go finish up this video, and I will be editing it in my computer class, which will be fun. Also, because I plan to actually distribute this mod so that people can like poke around with it, like I did with the battle video, I will make sure that actually works. No. Alright, that's all. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.